Hey, welcome back, friends and neighbors. How's it going today? Good to see you again on this very last day of the year of 2022. And like a lot of other people are thinking, that year can't be gone fast enough. Let me tell you something. I have lived through 62 3/4 years of this world, and this is one of the most screwed up, foobarred, oh my God, WTF years I've ever encountered, and I've lived through some shit. I guarantee it. Now, some of you guys that are regulars that tune in might be thinking, "Oh, it's the new vid, the one coming about the coming attractions." That's the one he was talking. Well, no, not quite. I'm sorry to say, I would have had it filmed and ready to drop this afternoon. I had to go to Texas for a couple of days to attend to some family function, and while I was down there, I got notification from the platform YouTube that some of my content had been taken down by them and deleted because it violated community standards. I didn't know what the hell I had done that could violate community standards. But they tell you when they do that they tell you what video or videos they took down. And I did a video over 2 years ago on the Silencer Co. Chimera 300, just a short little vid, a little bit of shop talk. And apparently, and I've seen other gun tubers talking about this, so yeah, I thought there was a chance. Really, if you are on camera and you in place your particular noise reduction device onto its factory designed QD mount while it is attached to your Freedom Seed spreader, that's a violation of community standards as far as concerns firearms and the guidelines. Now, I watched the videos on a lot of these guidelines and stuff, especially the one on firearms. And the video itself from YouTube tells you if you show somebody how to make a firearm or make a suppressor at home, well, then that's prohibited. Even though it's a totally lawful thing to do if you follow the rules and the regulations, there's no harm, no foul as far as federal state law is concerned if you make a home-built weapon, so long as you do not attempt to transfer it without first serializing it and letting them know about it. It is not unlawful to make your own suppressor if you file the right form with ATF, tell them you're wanting to do it and that you're going to do it, and they say, fine, you can do that, then you get to do it. There's nothing unlawful about it if you do it the right way. But apparently, according to the platform gods, and it was probably it probably wasn't a review by an individual human being. It was probably what they call one of the machine reviews, because they have artificial intelligence programs that learn and look for specific acts that occur on the screen, and one of those things that they will ding you with is taking your little noise reduction device and onto the end of that there particular little pew generator, and they, by God, the machine thinks you're doing something wrong, so unlawful, and you're not. But what can you say? It's their platform. You got to follow the rules and the regulations. I mean, there's a lot of things like that. You go to a golf course, they got rules and regs you got to follow. You go to a gun range, you got your basic firearm safety laws, rules and regulations, obviously, but a lot of ranges have little different rules they have that are a part of their own little private world and structure, and that's fine. You go to a strip club, you got to follow the rules, buddy, because if you don't, some great big hairy ugly son of a gun is going to grab you, beat you up, and throw you out the front door. So yeah, I understand it, but as a part of their explanation, they state, we want to keep YouTube a safe place for all. Well, now, it's a digital world, and I'm not going to run amok in it. But if putting something on the end of a piece of pipe makes it an unsafe place, well, what the hell does handing somebody a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum that has hair down to her butt, weighs 85 pounds, and got wrists the size of a broomstick, and letting her fire that weapon and beat herself senseless with one shot create? Isn't that unsafe? It's stupid, it's mean-spirited, and it's unsafe. And yet, you can find all of that BS you want to find on YouTube. You can. And everybody thinks it's funny. But watching that might very well tempt someone to say, hey, I got these hard recoiling weapons. I'm going to go grab my little sister or my cousin or the girl that lives in the apartment next door. I'm going to take her out to the range, let her beat herself silly with a gun that she has no business firing without being warned about it. That's as unsafe as it can get. And yet that's okay. I would submit, although I've never done it, that if you strap your feet into a 4-foot-long board and go flying down the side of a 10,000-foot mountain covered in snow, that can be much more unsafe than filming this. And there are so many other things that can just fly right on by, and they get to stay on. But now, I didn't generate this to go on my soapbox and preach a sermon on what should or should not be there. It's their platform. If they say so, well, you can appeal. But really, what are you going to do on that appeal? How are you going to appeal it other than just clicking the box that says you can appeal here? You don't get to sit down and talk to anybody. Nobody comes to your house and says, let's talk about this, and this is why. No, it's just, okay, we'll appeal it. And maybe you'll get a human to look at it that goes, hey, really, that shouldn't. But everyone else that has done that particular thing has been told, sorry, you didn't win your appeal. And because you didn't win your appeal, we're going to take some action against you. Now, I don't monetize right now. So I'm not too concerned about it. But really? You get an appeal and you don't get to sit in the courtroom and you don't get to talk to the judges. And if you lose, you suffer additional calamity for it. That is un-effing American as far as I'm concerned. But once again, what can I do? So the first thing I did when I got home from Texas after getting that notification was spend about 12 or 14 hours at my computer going through every video I've ever posted in the last 5 years and perusing them, looking at them, checking them, trying to determine if there was anything on any of those other videos that might wind up costing me the ability to submit or upload or comment or do anything, because they start taking stuff away from you for a little while. And even if they called me up tomorrow and said, you don't ever get to go on YouTube again, I'd be like, well, okay, I wasn't there 6 years ago, I won't be there now. Fine. So, yeah, I've been busy, and I mean busier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs at a quilting bee. Checking those videos, trying to determine if there's anything else left on some videos that I myself haven't watched in 4 or 5 years. And I took several of them down myself just because, oh yeah, that might have something, and that might be, and this hasn't gotten any views anyway, and blah, 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 take that off. And a couple of them I turned into private. Whether that helps or not, I don't know. But they're not anything that, very many people are going to be interested in looking at. So that cost me some time, a lot of time, a good 12 hours. That's a lot. And so by the time I got done, we had cloud cover and 22-mile-an-hour winds and 55 degrees. And I think I'll just wait till tomorrow. And then it'll be 67 degrees by the forecast. The winds will be half the speed they are today. And I'll have more sunshine. And I'll be able to shoot a better quality video. And I guarantee you, I am going to, from now on, do my goddamn level best to ensure that I don't do something on camera that's going to make the artificial intelligence machine or the people at the tube think I'm trying to be subversive or unsafe. Because, damn, what a pain in the butt. Jesus. So, like I said, I'm just letting you guys know. It's coming. It's going to be tomorrow. It's going to happen, Captain. I guarantee you. And, like I said, we're going to have that K-frame 5-screw 38 special Smith & Wesson. Going to have a 1964-65 era Model 58 41 mag 4-inch Smith & Wesson. And going to have that Remington Model 14 N30 Remington. We'll fire a few rounds out of it, see what kind of accuracy it's got in it. And just a little Happy New Year kind of thing. So I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great New Year's night. Be safe tonight. Stay warm. And if you're going to be behind the wheel of anything, and I mean a Tonka toy on up, stay sober. Don't be a danger to yourself. Don't be a menace to other people. Enjoy the new year, and let's all give a big old, prayer that to whatever God you might worship, that please make 2023 a much better place to be. Because I don't want a repeat of this bullshit. The last 2 years have done things to my mind I never thought it'd happen. But anyway, that's the update on the coming attractions. It's going to happen tomorrow. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, and, you know, something bad happened to me in my sleep or something. Who knows? But thanks for stopping by. Glad you're staying in contact. Glad I got to see you, and I'm glad you got to see me. And I promise I will do my level best tomorrow to see you good folks next year somewhere downrange. Bye.